It is.
Weird. There, now we're live.
We were
And
live.
then-
See, we're 10 seconds in now. We were good.
Oh my God. Well, on my end, it said it was going live. Oh my gosh. But we're fine now. We're on all the platforms we need to be on. And we have the very pretty haired, I'm going to say, dude, I love the hair right now, rocking the Conor McGregor-esque look that you got going on. Eric Posen's here on the Bro Plata. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's good to be back.
We're glad to have you back. You'll be fighting.
Yeah, thanks for being here, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. It's fun.
Yeah. We appreciate that, brother. You'll be fighting November 25th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For what's the organization? Let everybody know what's on there and talk about the fight camp and everything.
Yeah, so this is for 247 Fighting Championships. They're out of Pittsburgh. They just had like Kama Worthy go to the UFC from them. They're a really nice organization. Very professionally run. Communication is very good, so that's always nice. Sometimes you don't get that. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah, buddy. You're excited, man. You're excited to have a fight, finally, man. You know, and you couldn't fight all year because of COVID. We're gonna say it's because of COVID. I'm sure it was. It was.
it was.
Yeah, when we talked to you the first time, man, you were jonesing for a fight. So you excited, man? You finally get back in there?
Yeah, I'm really grateful to even get the opportunity with how COVID is in 2020 and how messed up things are. I was preparing to not have a fight this year. To be honest, I was just by the end of October or the middle of October, I was still training and I was still into everything. It was just like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. And then all of a sudden I got a message and that's how things went. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, when you say you weren't preparing, you meant mentally, right? Physically, you've been ready to go.
Oh yeah. Physically, I never stopped doing anything. I'm always training. It was just mentally, it was like, the odds of getting something before the end of the year, and with the way that COVID is and everybody's shutting things down, it's like, all right, well, we might need to regroup next year, kind of thing, and I got really lucky.
What how's the fight camp going? Anything, has everything been going the way you want it to? Do you feel that the strategy you have, and you obviously don't have to tell us, but like, do you feel like your strategy is on point for who you're fighting?
Everything.
Yes. No, I feel very, very confident. I've grinded it out, it was a 5-week camp. So you take 8 weeks and you smush it into that, and my body's it's feeling it right now. But you still gotta keep going and keep doing stuff right up until the very last possible day you can. Strategy wise, I looked at tape. I've looked at just about everything I could. We've gone over stuff. We have a good game plan.
Good.
I've been training with, some really top level guys. And I'm really excited just to show how different I am from my last fight. It's been a bit, a lot of training, and that's what I'm most excited about. I'm very different.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of cool about this fight is you're both coming off L's, correct?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to give you crap, but my point was you're motivated, right? You're both motivated. Like you said, you can't wait to show everybody how much better you are from your last fight, right? That's kind of point of it, part of it. Also, you're amateurs, brother. You can make those records go away. This is where you learn, right?
Yeah.
But both of you guys are coming off L's, and I mean, I'm sure that obviously motivates you. I'm sure it motivates him as well. There's a question coming in. I forget what the question was, Ray.
I can't read your mind, sir. I can't.
You can't not yet. Eventually, you'll be able to. I figure by now you'll be able to. We had a lot of hours on this thing already.
This is very true.
Okay, what I was going to say is who you're fighting. I do know his name. I'm going to ask you the question. Who you're fighting and where's he from?
Colin Caprini. and he's from West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. Ah, so he's a tough SOB. I'm assuming.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he coming from those like bar boxing things? Because I'm hoping he like is missing a couple teeth. He needs. If this dude does not have missing teeth for you, he's not the proper opponent, my friend. He's not the proper opponent.
This continues the trend of me fighting people that have all of their teeth. So sorry.
Before the fight, right, Eric? Yeah. High five.
Before,
High five.
yeah.
Before the fight. Yeah.
He's very good. Get to be 5-3 at lightweight, without being very good.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a certain set of skill set that is, troublesome for a lot of people. There's stuff that we've looked at that just knowing how the matchup works is going to be very important. But he's super tough. He's a super tough competitor, and yeah, he's probably strong. He's probably all this other stuff that you would expect coming from that area.
Yeah, man, he pops, man. The one fight I saw, he definitely pops. He can hit hard, for sure. That was the original question I was going to ask you. I got off track, but you said you're watching film. I know a lot of guys, well, at least one, who doesn't watch film religiously for reasons. I didn't talk to him about it. It's Andrew Lowe. We need to talk to Andrew next time about why he doesn't watch film. It's weird to me, but you do, and your coaches do.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love watching film. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's safer to know the threats going in and to actually see it for myself and to prepare for it than it is to have someone else watch it, tell me what I need to work on, and then go in there and do it. If I see the guy doing it kind of I don't know, I can put things together better that way.
Well, you're doing both, right? Like you and then your coaches like George Comer and the other guys that you're all watching it and you all can talk about it together.
Right. Yeah. And, there's stuff that I'll see, there's stuff that they'll see, and you put together. That's the way that you should be watching film. I know some fighters don't like to watch it just because it gets in their head.
Yeah.
I kind of like having the fear and knowing the danger. That it just makes it more real.
I mean, I kind of understand the counter argument. I think the people I know who don't watch it say something like they should be worried about me, right? And I don't want it to affect the way I'm going to fight. I'm like, but you can see stuff, and you can, I don't know. Man, at least have your coaches look at it, and then maybe throw some stuff into your training, whether they tell you or not. Maybe you should, maybe just start, looking up for a right hook. Why? Just do it. Just start looking up for right hooks for now on. But what happens with the film? I already found the one tape on the dude. Is it like high school football where you just send each other films of each other?
Would you say it's like that?
I said, is it? It should be, right?
Yeah, I wish it was like that. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, right.
You got to scour the internet to see if you can find stuff on people.
Mm-hmm.
With everything,
go ahead, Ray.
I was gonna say, well, with the training and everything, and I have to ask this because I've been to the gym a few times since it's been open and everything. For fighters, especially training when you, like you said, you were mentally not preparing for this. Has it been more fun? The fact that at the end of this, you are getting in the cage, has there been extra motivation because this is your first fight back in a long time?
No. It's never fun. The amount of work that gets put into it and the way that the fight stress hits your body and all this other stuff that, I mean, I think it hit me like 2 weeks in after we're getting ready. I was like, oh, I was a little bit more snappy, a little bit more short tempered. You just get edgier as it comes up to it.
I can see that.
It's not so much of an excitement to go and fight as much as it is a stress and a relief for me when I get in there.
That's kind of what we have our buddy Ryan
Ryan
Luce is watching,
has it.
and I love what he says. Training is fun and sucks at the same time. I can only imagine like that. Like I know that there's some psychos out there that just love to train, and then when they get in the cage, it's like, yay, my treat is here. And have you ever had that like going into a fight where you're like, yay, I get to do this?
Did we lose him? What happened?
Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there a delay? I believe there's a delay.
Yeah, I lost.
Huh? We lose you? Up.
Yeah. Better?
Not sure. We kind of have a little
Yeah.
bit of.
Oh, it looks like it now.
There we go.
Keep going.
Are we good?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Okay. All right. No. The last time I was excited for a fight, I lost.
Ah, that's never fun.
So. Yeah. I remember just mentally just not feeling the way I like to, and like, oh, I'll get in there and I'll throw some punches, and here not a good idea. So it's not so much of excitement to go prepare and work on something and like, you know, kind of have something behind the scenes, and when you get in there, it's cool to show it off. But it's super stressful. You know, you're fighting in front of your friends and family and everybody else that knows you, and there's always a very real chance that things don't go your way, and that's something that I think fighters don't always think about. As much as I'm very confident that I'll win, you know, it's the danger of not winning is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked. Oh, sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No, it's just like the danger of, you know, a not good outcome for you keeps you focused. That's all.
For sure, man. Yeah. One of the world's greatest motivators for any human being is fear, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, like yeah, fear something's got to go negative and whatnot, and that's kind of what motivates people. I can understand that happen for fighting as well, right? A loss is fucking terrible, right? No one likes to lose. But when we talked to you the first time, man, you mentioned that's kind of like your norm, right? You're kind of that's the way you usually feel in fights, right? You're a little bit stressed out, which is normal, but that's usually your norm, right?
Yeah. No, I definitely there's a I don't know, it's like a bowling ball in the stomach, and everything seems to be moving like super slow.
Okay.
And you're like super dialed in. That's like the good feeling. And that's like when the fear is there and you know like what you're about to do. And I've had it where it's not there. And it's tough. It's definitely tough.
Right, because you don't know how it's actually going to be on the day, right?
Yeah. It could be, and every fight I've had, I don't know how many fights now. There's always like, there's things that I need to do leading up to it to know, just like how I'm gonna be, and I can tell like I feel I feel good like going into it. I know that I just completely destroyed my body, did everything I possibly could in training, no stone left unturned. That's what makes me feel good. And I haven't done that. I didn't do that, you know, for 2 of my losses, and it sucks. But
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you know, especially when you become a professional and you're going to figure this out. And that's one of the reasons. I mean, they have amateur fights, right? So you can figure these kind of things out. But when you're professional, and this is the same for like Ray and I when we do comedy, man. Especially when we have paid gigs, we may not be feeling great for whatever reason. Mentally, we're just like it's just not the same. Why is it just not the same? But the thing is, when you're professional, man, your goal is to figure it out, right? And even if you're feeling a little bit different than the last time, you got to figure it out.
Yeah. There's a quote from Robert Downey Jr. on Joe Rogan.
Perfect.
That he did.
I love old Robbie Downey Jr.
He's great. I mean, I love him.
Who doesn't? I like him back in the day. Back in the day, it was fun.
Back to school era.
He just had a quote that was like, when you wake up in the morning, whether you can, whether you feel like you're totally on and the world is you can do anything you want, or you can't even slap your ass with both hands. You need to know what you need to do, and that'll set you straight.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man.
For sure, man.
That's the thing about, it's easier said than done, because Ray and I both, this has nothing to do with fighting, but Ray and I both have mental health issues. And so I'm going to say it's very difficult that when you're feeling down in the dumps, you're like, shit, I'm an adult. You got to get things done, right? And in any profession, it's the same way. And I'm sure, man, in fighting, it's like tenfold, right? Because you're there to do a job, but it's to win. And maybe, and even if your mindset is a little different than the last time, you got to figure it out and fight through it, right?
Yeah, and it's a short time to figure it out. It's not easy, and I think it takes like a couple losses, and it takes a couple or close wins or whatever it is. It takes a couple stuff to realize like just what that feeling is like.
Yeah, and this is what this time is for, man. Your amateur time as a fighter, right? That's what this is for.
Right. Yeah.
How many more fights? Oh, what did you say? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I just that's what the amateur ranks are for. You have your fights. It's what you're supposed to learn. Yeah,
and you try to find the biggest badasses you possibly can, right? To find out for amateur, especially, right? I mean, I think when it's professional, there's a little bit more. I mean, as a fighter, maybe you don't care, you'll fight anybody, right? That's usually the mentality of a lot of guys. But in your camp or whoever makes your matches, try to find a good matchup, whatever. But amateur is really like, this is the toughest lightweight we can find for you. Really? Yeah. I mean, isn't that kind of the best way to go?
Yeah, because by the time you get to the pros, you can't be figuring stuff out like that.
Right.
Yeah, that by then it's almost too late, and people are good or they've already figured it out. And things move fast in a sport that's young. It moves fast mentally, it moves fast physically. The game changes. There's enough stuff to keep up with that you can't afford to be trying to, I don't know, pick yourself up and figure out what you need to do.
Dude, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. That's a terrible interview thing to do. I know. I'm sorry. Well, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get my question before Ray gets his in, which we need to figure that out. But that's my fault. That's on me. That's the only reason.
That's where the finger pointing kind of works too.
Yeah,
for us.
I know. It was on. You know what though? It's. What was I going to say? Okay, here it is. I found it. No, I said this is one of the reasons that it's cool to even do a podcast or cover the sport in any ways, because of how fast it moves and how much it changes. Yeah. It's just always new stuff to talk about, and always just, something new. Well, I'm looking at the comments. Calf slicer, is that one of your moves?
So, all right. So,
or is it a joke? Okay, I got you. All right.
It's a funny story with Ryan. Yeah, that's Ryan's. If you ever roll with Ryan, he will 100% calf slicer you. He's gonna go for. It's not like a super high percentage move. It's not like it's a gimmick move, but it's like, oh, you got me with that calf slicer. Oh, okay. And he's never been calf sliced before. And one Sunday, I calf sliced him back.
Yeah.
And then the next week after, I did it again.
Yeah. The student became the master, bitches. That's right.
And he was like, I'm not going to miss it.
Oh, what was that?
I missed him. He moved to Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to roll with Ryan a few times at we got damn you computers.
It's all right. He'll get back up. Before he does, I was gonna say, forgive my ignorance, man. Which one's a calf slicer?
Calf slicer is the one where you pull back like this with your legs in like a figure four, and then the calf muscle of your opponent is basically being taken across your own shin, I believe.
That's just one of those that it just really hurts really bad, right? Like I guess you could really mess somebody's calf up that way, but that's just one of those ones. It's mostly pain, right?
You feel it in your knee. That's what it.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, so you know what? I roll with judo guys, and they forget legs exist on the ground. So don't give me crap for that.
that's the one thing about like American Revolution, man. Like the Revolution and also PDS out or practical or no PSD, PSD out in Willoughby as well. Legs are fucking taut all the time. I've seen dudes at Revolution just pull off like straight knee bars out of nowhere. I think I've seen you pull off a few. You guys definitely, especially since now you guys are also a snake pit. That's the fun part, is going in there and learning all those moves as well, man. Like how much have you been practicing any jiu-jitsu or grappling during this whole thing?
Oh yeah, man.
Good.
I've been both places. I've been at PDS and I've been at Rev for grappling, and I've just been, the toughest people I can find, the best pure competitive grapplers around. That's all they do, and if you can hold your own with them, and then you're fine, honestly. Because after everything else you're doing, it's not like all I do is grapple. I have to do striking, I have to do wrestling, I have to do boxing and Thai and strength and conditioning and all this other stuff. So it's like my time isn't there to just focus on one sport and be a specialist. But if you can hang with them and you can, you're making stuff happen, that's a big, feather in your cap. That's something you should get some confidence from.
And especially, well, I mean, even like Brad, Jeff, Paul, all the guys at PD or PSD as well. I mean, you want to talk about savages on a level that, like, holy shit. Go to those two places, and you'll definitely learn some of the best grappling, like at least in this area for sure.
Yeah, no, they're literally, between Rev and PDS, it's the best grapplers in like that little 20-minute, drive, and honestly, in part of the whole state.
Yeah,
because you get closer to Columbus, they're probably better wrestlers just because of like the OSU connection and just the way that things are as you get further south. But up north, man, jiu-jitsu wise, those are like the two places you need to go.
Yeah.
You can go Tuesday. George can smash you wrestling.
Yep.
You wrestle with George. You can wrestle with Evan and Logan and all these other high level guys. And then you can do it again on Thursday. And then Friday night you can go up to PDS and then you can get smashed by Brad and everybody else there.
Yeah, so Brad Book.
It's great.
Brad Bukovic is like a savage. Like I've never felt a dude. He looks like he looks and has the like strength of a chimp. I've never seen a guy who can just. His defense is amazing. Obviously, he's won King of the Mat once, or he's I believe one of their champions. Yeah,
he beat Pablo from Strong Style.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's a huge thing. Yeah.
Brad, and I've learned so much from Brad when it comes to like defending yourself, like the knee slide underneath the belly when you're trying to get into full guard, and you can like go from going to half or even going to full guard. I learned that from Brad, and I assume you're the same way. When you learn a new move, it's fucking mind blowing because you're like, this is easy. Why haven't I been doing this?
Yeah, that's the fun part of training, and that's the fun part about training camp is you find new things, and then you just, why have I never been doing that way before? And then you have 5 weeks to just drill it relentlessly until it's all that you know now. That's the cool part is, I guess, with training camps is you can replace a lot of different knowledge that you thought you had and then replace it with something being better.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, dude, that's a really cool thing about what training with specialists, right? Because you're getting guys who are just really solid in one field, right? And then they beat you up in that field, sure, but then you got to put it all together against somebody in the cage.
Yeah, and it's tough. Sometimes it's a humbling experience, which is good. You come in, you think, oh, my grappling's, I've been feeling good lately. And you come in and you get tapped out by this guy, and another guy. And that's all they do. They're specialists. And then other times you come in and you're like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm more aware of some stuff that I've been doing, and then you start to do better, and you're doing better against the specialists, and then by the time you get with the guys that aren't specialists, it's like, oh, this is all made a huge difference.
Yeah. Do you know who Craig Jones is?
I do, yeah, because he almost tapped out Gordon Ryan, I thought, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tapped out Gilbert Burns in like a minute.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's super impressive. Like you talk about guys, jiu-jitsu guys in MMA, Gilbert Burns is like he's one of them. Like he's a submission dude who also happens to fight MMA. So if you, so I guess my point was that's why those guys do submission underground and stuff and go up against guys like Craig Jones because it's only going to make them better.
Yeah, and luckily that's the thing is you don't see a whole lot of crossover into like boxing because it really takes away time from your game and you have to change so many things just to do it, and they've been doing it since they were like 4 years old.
Yeah,
most boxers and like high level boxers, and they'll have like hundreds of amateur fights before they're even 18. And then they go into the Olympics, and then they go pro. So you're like way, way, way behind in that regard. I feel like sometimes with grappling, you can jump in, and the risk is, oh, I can tap. All right, you got me in the heel hook. I trained my butt off, but you got me. All right, I tap. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Man, every time I watch MMA I watch more MMA than boxing, but I do watch boxing. But anytime I watch more MMA for a minute, like switch to watching boxing and watching guys like Lopez and what's his name, Lomachenko. Lomachenko.
Yeah.
I mean, you just see, I'm like, oh my gosh, your hands are just on a completely different level, man. These guys are so great.
That was a great fight.
It was an awesome fight, dude. Lopez looks so good. And I think the judges got it right. I was going to be mad if it was even a draw.
Well, the thing with that fight, I think we kind of talked about it on the podcast as well, was he figured out the body shots were working on Lomachenko a lot more, and he was able to slip them in and really throw off his timing with those. If you look at that fight, that was definitely somebody who went, okay, I'm building the wall now. Like you ain't coming past this. And Lomachenko had him for a few, but I mean I sound like Larry King, Eric Posen. How important is the body shot?
That fight's really fun with like when you watch it, because the first 6 rounds between the body shot, the footwork, and Lopez's speed, Lomachenko didn't do anything for those first 6 rounds. It wasn't just one thing. It was a couple different things that he was doing that was, really stifling Lomachenko. And then Lomachenko started to pick it up like around round 7. So 7 to like 10. Oh, he's coming back. He's figuring some stuff out. And then Lopez has to figure it back out towards the end to really solidify it. And there, Lopez, he had a couple things that he was really working early, and then they started to not.
Yeah, dude, that was what I told Ray when we talked about that fight. The most impressive thing for Lopez, for me, was the 12th round, because I mean he's looking great for a long time. Then Loma started to become Loma again. You're like, oh, here he is. He's doing, but that 12th round, he came back and beat the hell out of him. That 12th round, or he definitely won the 12th round. And that's, to me, that seems like the most impressive thing about that fight.
Yeah, I for sure agree. 12th round, you're tired. This guy's he's been putting it on you a little bit. That like maybe you dropped the last 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and you got to come out that 12th round. You gotta make something happen, and he did. He totally did that. Yeah,
against Loma, dude.
Right,
against one of the best in the world. That's I'm hearing now that Terrence Crawford is saying he'll fight MMA if the price is right. Man, I want that to happen so bad.
There's no reason for any boxer to jump in.
Well, no, I mean, there's one, man. It's money, obviously, but the thing is,
the money's worse.
Yeah, let's say what I'm going to say is that boxers make more money And he's not, if he was Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, maybe, but unfortunately, Terrence Crawford isn't that big a name. He should be. He's a monster. He's fantastic. I wish he was. Maybe a year or so, a couple years, maybe he will be. Whatever, and then maybe the UFC will make it worth his while. But he used to wrestle, so he's not completely out of it. And his family were wrestlers.
Yeah, I know he trains with Cub Swanson. I thought because they're right around the same area. And so, yeah, it's not like he's not like familiar with it. But the thing with taking a specialist in any one thing is you spent years doing just one thing. And now we're going to pull you out of that, teach you a whole bunch of different stuff. Even if you're kind of familiar with it, you got to learn a whole bunch of different stuff at a high level to try to compete. And then what are you going to do? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. If you're a specialist, stay with it. You don't see, a running back trying to be a wide receiver. A wide receiver is a wide receiver. Running back's a running back. You have those guys that kind of float in between, like a tight end. They float in between, but you kind of got to know your role and what you're doing.
I like that analogy.
Yes, we have a George Comer sighting, by the way. Wanted to announce this. And he agrees with Eric actually on that line of thinking. It was agree with Eric. The days of specialized fighter is done in high level MMA. Yeah. And that's
pure specialist for sure. But there's definitely, it's kind of neat to see. Eric, you're one of the guys that you kind of learned everything at once, kind of. Is that correct?
Yeah, by the time I got into things, it was so readily available that you could learn jiu-jitsu, boxing, Thai, all at kind of the same time at one place. 10 years ago, it didn't used to be like that. You had to go and travel all over the place to do stuff.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's sweet. But I guess my point was like, there's guys who are like that, or like you, who learned a lot of stuff all at once. And everybody trains everything now, because if they don't, they're going to get, have trouble. But as far as specialists, pure specialists are gone. Like, just pure specialists are gone. But there's definitely guys who just, they grow up in one style, and they just are so much better at the one thing that they do, although they can kind of hold their own in the other areas. There's guys like, Izzy Adesanya is a fantastic kickboxer, right? You got guys, they're just fantastic wrestlers, right? And they have an advantage. That's one of the reasons why it's still super fun to watch MMA, because a lot of people thought it would just be everyone's training the same thing all the time, but you still do have specialists. They're just different kind of specialists.
Yeah, I think what's fun with MMA now is that you take guys that have a specific strength. So like you said, Izzy, his kickboxing is strength, and then he builds his game backwards from there to make the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu and everything else that he needs to do harder for the opponent. What can he do to maximize his strength and make it harder for the opponent? And you could take a really good wrestler like Khabib. Khabib, all he needs to do is grab you and put you against the fence, and he knows what he can do from there. But how does he get you there? And then he starts to put his hands together. His boxing starts to get better. Everybody finds things that complements their game, and that's what's really fun to watch with MMA.
Yeah, that slick triangle, man, he put on Gaethje. Man, that was slick.
Yeah, I wanted Gaethje to win, but
me too.
So did I. But man, you think about how damn good that guy is, man. Oh man.
I think I wish he was tested a little bit more. I think that's look. If you can retire and you have money and you don't need to get elbowed and punched in the face and all the other bad stuff that happens, totally do it. Don't come back. But looking back, it would have been fun to see him in like a 5-round kind of drag out. Let's see what you got kind of thing.
Yeah,
right. With like a guy like Usman, who do they train together? There's something with the. I forget.
I think Usman and Khabib do train together.
Okay, so it was something that. Well, I mean, so does Gilbert Burns and Usman, but there was some reason why I think Usman said that fight would probably never happen. But like, who else? GSP. I know GSP hasn't fought in a minute, and he's pushing 40. But dude, if you think that guy still can't fight, I still want to see that fight. I'm hearing conflicting reports, right? UFC isn't giving up the belt because they think they're waiting for him to come back. They want him to come back.
That's the one that should always have happened. Always. It never did, sir. Never did.
Was that is that the first or second Rose Joanna fight?
This is the first, or this is the second one, actually. Yeah,
second one. Okay.
Yeah, second one. I was so mad that Tony and because do you think I want to get your opinion on that? Do you think that would have been the biggest challenge for Habib? Would have been Tony? Do you think or do you think it's just like blown out of proportion at this point?
I don't think it's like blown out of proportion, but I think you have to have like a certain I don't know, fantasy with it. Yeah. Like you're taking someone who really didn't have a very competitive fight with anybody, and you're saying that this other guy is going to be the most competitive. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. There's, I think maybe Ferguson might have maybe done more damage than some other people, but I just can't picture him winning. That's the thing. He might have done better for sure, but I can't imagine him like, coming out and really putting it on Khabib. Nobody's done that. Maybe he could have done it, but I haven't seen anything like that.
I look at it more from like a pure defensive standpoint. I think he would have been the best because I think honestly, because 10th Planet was developed as jiu-jitsu wrestling to begin with. It was like a bet. That's how Eddie Bravo I think it would have been a lot more defensive than most guys. I know he's gone up against high level, grapplers in the past, but I honestly think Tony would have possibly gotten him into some situations where he has never seen this before because of the fact that his trainer was a wrestler to begin with. Like, I think Eddie Bravo would have at least helped a little bit.
Yeah, well, Eddie Bravo is a very big guard guy and a very big jiu-jitsu guy. And
big conspiracy theory guy.
and that. Also that. But maybe if you played guard a little bit with Khabib, maybe he would have been able to make something happen that you haven't seen other people, because everybody wants to get up.
Yeah.
Khabib takes you down against the fence, you go to get up, he traps your legs, he beats you up, you try to get up, he traps your legs, you go back down, you're exhausted, and he's just whooping on you the whole time. And maybe if you played guard, it would have been better. I still think that Khabib or Gaethje had the right plan. Using footwork, trying to stay away from the fence in general, land shots, moving backwards and kind of stuff like that. It's going to sound weird, but I think Eddie Alvarez in his prime would have been a really tough fight for Khabib.
Could have been.
Eddie Alvarez moved laterally very well. He had good boxing and he had good wrestling. It would have been interesting to see something like that because Khabib's footwork never did get very good.
No.
But if you were against the fence, it didn't matter. Eddie Alvarez could stay off the fence. He could bounce around a little bit. That would have been interesting.
That would have been. Yeah, I like that.
I loved Eddie. Actually, he's still fighting. Eddie Alvarez, man. He's great. He's the best fighter I ever saw fight live. I've never been to a UFC card, but I went to that Bellator card in Cleveland. He beat that Aoki guy.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
That was nasty. That was nasty. Because Bellator was like, all right, let's bring this guy over from Japan for one fight because he beat Alvarez back in the day with that. I think it was a heel hook, right? They bring him out, and dude, he just destroyed him, man. They threw in the towel. His quarter threw in the towel. His eyes rolled in the back of his head. That card was so much fun. Brian Rogers from Cleveland fought on that card too. He actually got knocked out, so that was kind of a bummer because this place is packed. It was the IX Center. This place was packed, right, with Cleveland people, mostly Cleveland people. And Brian Rogers is, a Cleveland dude. And then he gets knocked out, and he was winning the fight, if I believe correctly. He was winning the fight, then he gets knocked out, and the place was like pin drop.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's tough.
It's not off subject at all, is it? Yeah, it is. That's how we do things.
Hey, Eric, we got a couple more minutes with you because you said you want to do 45, but I wanted to ask you a few questions about, one, the fight that's coming up tonight, RDA versus, I'm now calling him Paulie Big Balls. It's just like he steps in 5 days notice. What do you think about this RDA Paul Felder fight?
I'm more interested now than what it was. I
Ri-
think it's a better fight.
I agree.
Yeah. RDA, I didn't realize RDA hadn't been down to lightweight in 4 years, and he walks around heavy. I heard he walks around at like when he used to fight at 55, he was walking around in like the 90s and trying to cut down. So between that and Paul Felder taking that short notice, and they're both strikers, they both can do a whole lot of different stuff. They match up well. I think it's fun. I would like to see. I don't really have a dog in that fight. Actually, I would just want to see something really good.
Me too. Yeah.
Both guys respect him a ton. They've never been like major trash talkers. RJ had his weird stuff when he was trying to trash talk McGregor, but everybody does. So I would like to see just a really good 5-round fight.
I like it, my friend. Also, I wanted to give you a chance here too, and I wanted to ask you, you're on MMATco.com. You have your own t-shirt store, and I'm loving the designs, man. Like they're fucking dope. I like I said, once I get cash up, I'm definitely gonna buy one. I want to get one because I like the purple Viper you got on there. That one's a dope. You're wearing it right now, aren't you? Yes, you are. There it is. The new red and black one too looks great, man. How does it feel to have your own t-shirt?
That's actually really cool. I didn't really know how to get started with doing anything like that, and they reached out to me, and they've been doing a whole lot. They're a fighter-owned company,
cool,
making stuff for fighters, and they're like, yeah, fighters don't have a lot of time to like put into this, but we do, and they've been, you send them a suggestion, they're on it, they're promoting you, they're making sure that you're successful, and that's just a really cool feeling, man. You got someone behind you and helping you make a little bit of money, and you're helping them make money too, so it's cool.
Absolutely, dude. Yes, Tim.
Yes, sir. No, I have a couple questions about this fight coming up because I was asking. Well, number one, man, congratulations on getting on the Wednesday card, right? Because 247's having 2 cards, right? Did they offer you the Wednesday card first?
Yeah, it was only the Wednesday card they offered me. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's good because then you get to eat afterwards, right? That's what I kind of feel bad about. Our buddy Brogan Endress, man, he's fighting on Saturday, so I feel like, dude, you can't eat Thanksgiving, bro.
I do wish I was fighting with Brogan, just because I know him and they're cool, and I wish like we could all be in the same thing. But I fought on Wednesday. I was saying this on another interview that this is my 3rd time fighting before Thanksgiving, so it's kind of like a familiar feeling, and it's not so bad.
No, man. The thing is, the reason they have cards that day, it's the only time you ever have a Wednesday card because people come out. I had a comedy show last year down here that day, and we had a great turnout. Right? It's just it's a good day because everybody's in town, right? Because people have Thursday off. People are in town to see their families and whatever. So that's why they have it on a Wednesday. But the question I was going to ask is the protocols. I was going to ask about the protocols. What's going on with their protocol? Do you have to do testing, or is there a quarantine, or how's that working?
So as far as that I know, get tested Sunday. The Sunday before. Yeah, I did all the other stuff. The physical, blood work, all that. You have to get done in advance. And then COVID protocol is I have to go at Sunday and get tested. My corners have to go either Sunday or when we weigh in. So weigh in because I think there's one pro fight on the card. So we weigh in Tuesday for Wednesday fight, which is really nice that I get a day before weigh in as an amateur. That's always a welcome thing. As far as that's the only protocol I know, and then that they're gonna have seating and an audience, which I didn't think that they would. But they are, so there's
good
and people can go. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I looked at that. I mean, you can still get tickets, I believe. I think you can go through. You probably go through right? You probably have tickets.
Yeah, I have
not the website does.
Better online, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. Well, you look up
It's
247 FC. They have tickets there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's 247fighting.com for
Okay.
tickets if you want that. If you want to go see Eric fight, and even Brogan Enders as well.
It's on Saturday.
Yeah, he's on Saturday, but yeah, go to 247fighting.com for tickets for that.
I wish you guys were in the same car too, man, because maybe I'd go. You know, I mean, Pittsburgh's like an hour and a half from me. Well, 2 hours from where that is. But yeah, man, I was kind of bummed. I was hoping you guys would be on the same car too.
Yeah, I knew he was on it, and I was like, oh, cool. I didn't even realize that they had two different cards that like, back to back like that. And I was like, oh, wow, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking to the guy he's fighting too. That kid's a beast. It's gonna be a really good fight. I'm trying to get him on. Chase Boyd is his name. All right, so what's my last one? I'm gonna say, we never talked about the nickname. Where'd that come from? Is there a story?
The Viper?
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't pick it yourself, did you?
I did not pick myself.
Okay, I'm gonna say you can't pick your own nickname.
No. So when I first started doing martial arts, I was doing like a traditional martial art system, like a taekwondo kind of thing. Okay. And everybody got nicknames. That was kind of like the thing. It was to make you feel good about yourself. Like, oh, maybe you're not so happy with how your life is, but you come to martial arts, you got a cool nickname, people are excited to see you. It's just something to like make you feel good. And I think I was like 11 years old, and Mike and this other guy were like, oh, you're long, you're fast, you're like a viper. I was like, all right. And then it's since I was like 11 years old, that's always been my nickname, and I really haven't thought about changing it.
You shouldn't. It's a dope nickname, sir.
That's a good nickname because there's that story behind it. It doesn't sound like it's trying too hard. It sounds like it's trying too hard until you hit the story, right? But it's a good nickname. The Viper's good, and plus, most people are gonna call you Pose, and it's not like one of those things where like your nickname becomes your name, like Producio Pitbull or like Wonder Boy Thompson.
Yeah. No, or a Rampage.
Rampage, right? There's tons. Korean Zombie. They don't even put his real name on the flyers anymore. I just put Korean Zombie. Dude, when I was 11 in Pee Wee football, they gave me a nickname too, but it wasn't like that. They weren't trying to lift you up. They're trying to bring it down, apparently. They called me Twinkie.
Well, I mean, you did turn into one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what is Tim Stafford's name for you? He just commented.
Yes, I have a different name. Tim Stafford says he has a different name for you. What is his name for you?
Oh, he calls me like, I think it's Anakin Skywalker. Because like when he starts to go evil. When we came back from quarantine, I was edgy and a little bit not as nice as I used to be, and I'm kind of done taking some BS, and I'm throwing some BS back at people and talking my stuff too. And so he's like, oh, it's like Anakin, he's killing the younglings now. Like, what happened?
You seem like that guy because you're a nice dude to us, but you obviously are a badass when you fight, and then you obviously have that dark side for sure, man. It makes sense. You kind of look. You got the little Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen.
Tim Stafford, baby.
The facial hair is looking good, dude. All right, listen. Because you're fighting in November, you need a November mustache, dude. You need to shave everything to the power stash. Do it. Just listen. Guaranteed victory if you do it. You can't lose the power stash.
Don't take away his glorious goatee that he has.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want guaranteed victory? Who loses? Who loses with a power stash? Don't say Hulk Hogan because that's fixed.
Yeah.
Tell me if Paul Felder loses tonight.
That's a good point. Actually, you know what? Desanio shaved his mustache. It's a bummer because I wanted a mustache fight.
Oh, Desanio shaved it?
Yeah, it looks like he did. It's a bummer because that would have been a great mustache fight because he had a good mustache going too. Walkout song. I was going to ask that. What's the walkout song?
It's something very fun.
Is it a secret? You can't tell us?
You know what? I'll tell you, but
All
nobody's. Right. I doubt anybody's heard of it because it's actually from a fucking video game, and it's from Devil May Cry.
Okay.
It's a hardcore, just mean kind of song. It's called "Bury the Light," and that's what I'm walking out to.
Gangster.
Yeah, it's actually I'm excited for that one. It's something I've always picked walkout songs for not me. You know, I kind of pick a song because maybe like my dad liked it or someone else I knew liked those kind of songs, and that's what I would pick. Like I walked out to Jimi Hendrix at the Hard Rock. It's
Nice.
not like I love Jimi Hendrix, but I knew it was kind of like a cool thing to walk out to for there. And yeah, that's what I'm actually walking out to something for me.
Tim's playing it in the background too. I love DMC. DMC's the shit, man. It's always had really good soundtracks.
Oh yeah, if you played it, then you know it. They're fucking on.
I don't want to get it taken down.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Stop getting us flagged. How about that?
Yeah, strike. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Eric, we're gonna let you go because you want to go do some training, which we have no problem with because we want you to be at tippy top shape for your fight this Wednesday, 2 weeks. Wednesday, November 25th, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can go to 247fighting.com for tickets and information on the event. Hold on, Tim. I'm going to finish this, and then I'll let you do it, and then we'll do the sign off for Eric, and then continue.
No, it was pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to say good luck, buddy. You're one of our dudes now, so we definitely are pulling for you, man. I hope you kick this guy's ass. He's a good guy, I'm sure. I should get a hold of him too, actually. Try to get him on since we had Eric on. But yeah, dude, kick ass, man. Thank you for coming back on, man. I said on an earlier episode, you're one of our favorite people. Because you actually are the only person who likes our post. That makes me want to.
You've been super fan of Eric, bro.
You've been super cool. Awesome. You've been super cool, and we super appreciate you coming back, buddy. And good luck.
I love you guys. Been awesome. Thank you so much. The support honestly means everything. So let's go get that good, man.
Absolutely. Go. Yes, that's what actually was. I posted this. This is our buddy George. Exactly what we're all thinking. Let's go, Eric, brother. Like, I'm excited for it. Thank you for being on, man. And good luck in your fight. Keep training. And, like I said, hopefully you get that W on the 25th.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely, brother. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Love that guy, Ray.
Love Eric Posen. So happy he was on the show to promote the fight that he's going to have this coming or the day before Thanksgiving, which is great. Please do also support Eric's t-shirts at MMA or at MMA Tea Company. Just search them. The website's right there. It's MMATco.com MMATco.com, and go buy some of Eric's t-shirts. Eric fucking rules. And we've had some awesome comments as well. Anybody coming in for anything?
We're not done.
We're not done. The prelims start at 4. The prelims started 4, so we're going to be taking you up to that.
However, Ray, you're going to have to do a commercial, man. This beer's going through me, brother. I'll be right back.
Walter's Anal Bleach Suppository supports this show. And please make sure to keep your butthole white as pure snow with Walter's Anal Bleach Suppositories. We just had Eric Posen on. If you just joined us, thank you, guys. Thank you for doing that. Again, I'm loving it. I like this. For anybody from MMA Tea Company, this is exactly the kind of comment I like seeing. Share this stream out with all of your friends so we can get more viewers in. We are talking the fights after Tim gets back for tonight's card between RDA and Paul Felder. 5 days notice. How ballsy is Paul Felder? First of all, people, like, I love Paul Felder because of the idea that this man does commentary 1 month and then all of a sudden is like, I'll step up. And for those people that don't know as well, that it was, I put Tim's empty microphone there. He's sadly thing, but no, yeah. I'm excited for this fight. I'm probably not the only person in like the world that wants Paul Felder to actually have his to like win this fight and then all of a sudden just start doing commentary. Like I want full heel Paul Felder. Tim, I'm talking about Paul Felder fight that we're doing. That's tonight. Let's bring up the actual card as well. I can do this from my computer, which is
Man,
awesome.
that was a badass. Back in the day, that was a badass Pittsburgh regional fight. Was Paul Felder, Kama Worthy happened when they were both pretty young in their careers.
They actually fought like I didn't know that they fought on the regional circuit in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they fought regionally in Pittsburgh. Felder won, but it was tough. That was when I told you the story about I tried to get our buddy Andrew Law hooked up with Paul Felder. That was after that, and it made actually at the time it made sense where the records were, and Andrew was fighting lightweight, and they offered the fight to Paul, but he said no. So
boo Paul Felder for not taking that fight against Andrew Law. Boo him. Boo. I will say, a monster. Dude, I'm gonna. We need to talk about these fights. And my one thing, and I saw somebody post something that we actually I think talked about on one of our episodes, or the episode where we found out that Paul Felder was fighting Rafael dos Anjos. Wouldn't it be awesome? Paul Felder wins this and then just goes to the commentary booth. Like, I think that would be the best thing ever.
He's the main event, but I know you're like the opposite, right?
But like no, after the fight, he like calls the replay on headset. Like, I think that would be hilarious.
No, that would be funny. Dude, I think the best would be like if he called the co-main event, like he warms up, right? Then he puts a suit on, or like get a tearaway suit. He gets a tearaway suit. Right, he puts that on. He calls a co-main event, and then when his music starts playing, he tears out the suit, has his shorts underneath, right, and walks up.
I think he should just do it in the Reebok like sweatpants and like jacket and not mention it. I think like he should just do it like calmly, and then like go off for like maybe the third or fourth prelim match, or like, and then go warm up a little bit, and then just come out.
Ray, are you saying that we? Honestly, what we need to do is make the Reebok tracksuit the new suit. I think you're right.
Yes.
Russian style tracksuits are now formal wear.
Yes,
I like it. Dude, let's get matching tracksuits. All right, deal. We're doing it.
We look like we're characters in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Or the Royal Tenenbaums.
we're all Ben Stiller's character.
Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah, that's probably
with matching headbands. It must be matching headbands.
Oh, for sure. I'm a headband kind of guy. It's been a minute. However, if I get myself a good headband, if anyone's looking for something to get myself for Christmas, get me this guy for Christmas. Good headband would be good. Fat guy t-shirts would be good. Any gyms, send me fat guy t-shirts. Double X. Send me fat guy t-shirts. I wear them on the show, and I will talk good things about your gym. I will anyway. You know, I'm a nice guy like that.
Yeah, I need to start expanding my collection of gym t-shirts because I think I have one now. I think I threw one away because it had just been worn down and like holes were in it and stuff. I couldn't even wear it anymore. But I need to get more.
What? Were you a large guy? You were large?
I'm an XL guy, actually. Guy? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have, I have a lot of larges I could give you, brother. You want some free t-shirts? Probably take some XLs. I'll give you some XLs too. Actually, I have some XLs that are smaller that I got for free. You're right. You rent some local like Tuscarawas County high school wrestling shirts or whatever, man. I'll give you some of those.
I'd wear those unironically on stage.
You know what? I kind of wanted that to be my thing. I'm like, what if I just start wearing high school's t-shirts, the random ones, right? I'm like, just start, and then, if I start doing it, enough people will just start sending them to me. Right, and some random high school t-shirts. I won't wear Dover though because I want the Philly. Sorry, Dover.
Well, yeah, I mean that'd be like me wearing Lake Catholic stuff. Like I can't wear Lake Catholic shit. Are you kidding me, sir? Like,
Xavier won the state championship last night for Division I. They crushed.
Who did?
Xavier.
Oh, did they again?
They crushed Pick Central. Yes, they did. And that's the only state championship that was last night. The rest are next week. New Philadelphia, Coach Dedison, send off to him. You know, I've watched his football team many times. He started coaching when I was in high school. He's retiring.
Okay.
Kind of a bummer just because he turned that program around and they expect to win now, right? So then hopefully whoever comes in is ready to go. I was thinking this though, man. I know you don't love to talk about this, but just put this as an analogy for anything, or just say okay, I'm mumbling. Anyway, I'm going to say what I was going to say. All right. So this is a situation. He's the AD. The coach is the AD. He's staying on as the AD. How weird would that be, man? You're coming in as a new head coach, and the old head coach is your boss. Just kind of lurking.
I mean, I could see that. It would kind of be like Sean Shelby and what's his name?
Silva. Okay, see, that makes sense.
Silva. Yeah.
See, I knew we could correlate it. There you go. Boom. Did it.
Yes, somebody was driving what sounds like a dirt bike down my street. That's fun.
I heard it.
Yeah, I need to close my window next time. Anyway, but no, yeah, I would look at it sort of as like that. It would be like a hockey coach being an assistant AD and hiring a new head coach. He kind of is going to teach him how things are, how to coach the practices, and then move from there. I think.
Right. You know, that's I think he'll probably let him do his thing, as a coach, let him do his thing. But I think if you're coming from the outside, right, there's someone who wasn't with the program before. I think in your head, you're like, is this guy going to try to micromanage me as I'm trying to do this?
I could definitely see that
happen, but I could definitely see that being a thought process.
Yeah, I kind of, like I said, I look at it as sort of Sean Shelby and Joe Silva. Like Joe Silva showed him the ropes and when this is how you have to deal with these fighters and go from there. I mean, nobody liked Joe Silva. Nobody liked, and there's a lot of people that don't like Sean Shelby.
The guy did a great job. I wish I could get a job at MMA the way he did, man. Just start sending letters to people, being like, "Hey, this is what I think you're doing wrong," and they hired him.
Yeah, I've contemplated that, but I think I'd get a fuck you back if I was
nowadays. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited for this card, dude. Like this card is gonna be fun just because of the idea. And Eric even said it, about it as well. The fact that this is a 5 days notice fight for Paul Felder is just it's crazy. Like going up against a guy in RDA at 155 has power. He has speed because he's lighter. I think honestly he was more of a volume puncher at 170 than he was, and that really isn't like the RDA. He's used to putting guys like out and all that kind of stuff. What do you think about this main event?
Former champion too, RDA, right?
Yeah,
he had his lightweight belt. Dude, I love that Paul Felder's taking this fight on 5 days notice. Not only that, brother, but it's a 5-round fight still, right? They didn't try to whittle it down to a catch weight. They didn't try to whittle it down to a 3-round. This is 5 rounds, buddy. And Felder, I mean, he may retire after this fight because I feel like he was contemplating it anyway. He actually said that in the cage after his last fight. And maybe after this one, he will anyway. But the thing is, he's 36 and he can still fight, and he's in like the top 10, right? So he wins this fight, man. He's only a couple away from a title shot, right? So it depends. I mean, also a lot of it has to do with family life, right? And I'm sure that is obviously playing in for his thought process. But the fact that he's like, dude, I might retire, I might not. Fuck it. There's an opening. I'm gonna take it. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, and Paul Felder, even in his own right, he still has a lot of his experience in the cage, and he's going up against, and he looks like he is the dog here too at 175 to RDA's 2. I think RDA is the favorite going into this.
Plus what 175? Yeah, but not by a lot. It's not real big.
No, that's a good bet, and honestly, I hope Paul Felder does do the damn thing. I want him to win this fight just because, like you said, it could be one of his last fights. I don't see him fighting for a title. I really don't. I think he wants to kind of go into the commentary section of his career because he knows he's not going to get, like you said a bunch of times about not wanting a fight. It's because of the fact that you're not getting punched in the head anymore, and you can, talk about other fighters rather than get in the cage every 6 months and do your thing.
Well, Daniel Cormier did both, so
Yeah.
you can't say you can't do both. You can, but my point is he's still in the top 10, right? In a division that's super stacked. So, but if he's thinking about retiring, he's probably pretty close to it. I'm actually kind of surprised he took this, but it came up. They asked him. He said, "Yeah," and it's pretty badass. He is he's a little bit of an underdog. I thought it'd be more of an underdog audience, obviously. Honestly, just because he it's coming off so short notice for him. I figured he'd be a bigger underdog. But Dos Anjos is coming off some losses when he was at welterweight. So that's kind of it makes sense. But dude, they both still got a lot in them, man, for sure.
Yeah. I agree, man. And the thing with RDA, and Eric brought this up when we were talking to him, is that he has, he hasn't fought at this weight class in 4 years. So it was 2016 is when he made his debut at 170, where many times he came under a lot of pressure. But I think 155 for him, and both guys have made weight, which is great. That was something I forgot to ask Eric. I think he said his weight was. I can't remember if he said his weight was on point. I forgot about that. But the fact that these guys are both in the shape to make 155. Dos Anjos, how old is Dos Anjos?
36 also, I believe.
Okay, so I want to see how this weight cut, since he hasn't weighed in at 155 in a long time. I want to see what a weight cut does to him after 4 years of not being like at that weight for so long. See how he is. He might come back. You never know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he went up there because obviously that weight felt more comfortable for him, but he wasn't doing great up there, right?
No.
So he came back down, and hopefully he changed whatever he needed to change, and hopefully he's having a good cut. He looked fine or normal for a weight cut at the weigh-ins. Yes, yeah, it's a good point, man. He made weight, unfortunately. You know what? I was trying to move down the picture you put up. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, does it? Nah. Who didn't make weight? The co-main event that El Hassan missed weight. Yeah, there he is. Thank you, sir.
No problem. I'm doing producer work today because the houseboy ran away. So we have some people looking for him. Bounty hunters, I think, is what we call them. So Harrison needs.
Yeah, we're hoping he's going to be with us on Tuesday, man. Because Tuesday's going to be a real fun show.
Tuesday's going to be awesome. Tuesday we have comedian Sean Lynch, who is a former member of one of the greatest MTV shows of all time, Celebrity Deathmatch. So we'll be watching some stuff with him and showing some pictures of characters that he's played and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a fun.
Yeah, man, I found videos, man. And so watch that one live. I really hope everyone watches that one live just in case we take it down eventually off YouTube. So, but I don't know. We don't get I kind of hope it happens only because that means people are paying attention. Right?
Yeah. So I'm excited, but which gentleman missed weight, by the way? Al Hassan?
Yeah, Al Hassan. Yeah.
Hate it. And
dude, he's a monster, dude. Have you seen this dude fight?
The names aren't looking. I love the fact that one dude's name is Chaos. Like he was born to be known as Chaos Williams. Which sounds like an amazing like barbecue place in the South. Like, come on down to Chaos Williams.
Yeah. Chaos Williams, spicy barbecue.
Even our cornbread has kick. Yeah. But yeah, man, the fact that like you're in the co-main event of it hurts a little bit, but to be honest with you, the Paul Felder fight is the thing to like that builds this already. So the fact that these guys didn't make weight is almost, I don't know, secondary for me in this fight. Like I could really care less about the fact that he missed weight this time, just because you already have such a compelling storyline with Paul Felder coming in on 5 days notice. It's almost like I just want to watch the card itself.
That's one fight, man.
Why are you giving me skeptical hippo eyes? Why are you doing that?
Dude, that's one fight. That's the main event, man. UFC cards are the whole card. That's one of the great things about them is they try to put together great cards.
Well, yeah.
So your co-main event, you missed weight, and it's a bummer. This guy smacks, dude. This Al Hassan, dude. This guy crushes people, man. He's fantastic. And KS Williams, I think, has only had one fight in the UFC, but he won by a TKO as well. So it should be good. Al Hassan is definitely the underdog. I mean, excuse me. Al Hassan is the favorite. I'm going to pick him. I think he's going to win this fight. However, man, KS Williams can slap too, so this should be interesting. Man. I think it's going to be two really powerful dudes going at it. So probably one of them goes to sleep.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for that. And then Ashley, don't call me Amish Yoder.
Yeah, they just moved this up because Eric Anders had to bail off his card. So they didn't move this card from the prelims to the main card. Ashley Yoder, I'm pretty sure she's lost a few in a row here.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about Granger. I mean, I remember seeing Ashley Yoder fight on the Stipe Cormier 3 card.
Yes.
It was her last fight. She's okay. She's not fantastic. So I don't know much about Granger here, but she's the underdog. So I'm going to pick Granger. Yoder's on a losing streak. I'm going to say that's going to continue.
So you're saying that Miranda Granger is for the ones that get it done, is what you're saying. She's going to get it done today, sir? Yeah.
I don't know that. Is it Granger a company?
Granger. It's like a company for like construction and all kinds.
I figured, man, because you always go to the terrible pun. But yes, good job, Ray. You did it. You nailed it. The one that's going to get it done, Granger. Sure.
And then Brendan Allen versus Sean Strickland.
This fight. If this fight wasn't so short notice, it would be the co-main event. Most likely. We're talking about Brendan Allen, dude. This guy has been crushing people. He has a win. I forget already who he beat last. Tough dudes. And a year ago, he beat Kevin Holland, who's a monster.
Yes.
And by submission. And he's knocked a couple guys out his last couple fights. Now I have to look up the his record here to see what happened, because now I'm thinking about it. But this guy's a monster. And he was supposed to fight last week against Ian Heinisch. Ian Heinisch got sick, so they put him on this week against the guy, Sean Strickland, another killer, sir, who just won a fight. How long ago? 2 weeks ago, Ray.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Halloween, this guy fought. That's why he's a catchweight, and that makes sense. It should be. All right, so Mr. Allen, decision against Kyle Dawkins. Tom Breeze, that's who it was. He knocked out Tom Breeze.
Yeah.
Tom Breeze is a beast. And then before that, he submitted Holland. So, yeah, dude, this guy's a monster. This Allen and Strickland. Now I got to find Strickland shit. Strickland just won the other day. On Thanksgiving. Jeez, what the hell, man? You know what? I like doing these podcasts more when I drink bourbon instead of beer. I've decided.
That's why I drink liquor when I'm doing this show.
Yeah, I like that better, man. It's more fun. Jack Marshman, dude, Jack Marshman's really tough. He had a decision, but he dominated that fight, even though it was a decision. This was the one. That's Strickland. This was the one where he was talking to him the whole time. Like, go down, Jack. Why wouldn't you go down, Jack? I don't know what that accent was supposed to be. But anyway, this was great. He was screaming out the whole time. So I'm super excited for this fight. Like I said, if this was a fight that would have made a couple weeks ago, it would probably be the co-main event. Originally, he was still on the prelim card, but they had some fights fall off, so they put it on the main card. This is fight of the night. Guess right here.
This one's you're picking for fight of the night, right here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
all
sir.
right, I like it. I'm excited for this card, dude. Like,
there's killers on this card, sir.
It's got a mixture of great like sleeper fights, and then oh my god, and then you have the awesome mustache right there. How do you not love this man? I hope it's still there. I really want that to be a thing. But yeah, man, especially since I'm not totally familiar with a lot of the fighters underneath Sean Strickland and Brendan Allen. I know the 4 fights, on the main card here, but Kay Hansen and Corey McKenna. Corey McKenna, I think I've heard her name before, though.
These are youngins, bro. I remember. I don't know if they have McKenna fight for them before Hansen did. Let me check it out. The Hobbit. Her nickname is the Hobbit. I said nickname. Nickname is the Hobbit. No, this is she had a Contender Series win in August, and now she's fighting Kay Hansen. It's very tough. They're youngins. They're both 21. Who's the favorite here? Can you scroll down a little bit for me?
Yeah, let me do that real quick here. It
There we
is.
go.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense because Hansen's had a fight before. This is good. This is gonna us just two young guns in the very, very stacked strawweight division. So this is for both of them to try to get their footing in that very tough division. Should be fun.
I like it, man. And then, like I said, the mustache. We need to speak about this because for some reason it's just an awesome time to have a mustache in fighting because you can grow shit like that. Like I believe is it Jose Quinones?
Sure.
Okay, and then Louis Smolka, which is an interesting thing. He'll be Smolka Naya.
This guy, Keonis, he's the guy he lost to Sean O'Malley back in March before quarantine hit. That was his last fight.
I remember now.
Yep. And oh, I gotta go back again. His opponent. That's why we need our buddy Harrison, man. Because
Luis
we're doing this
Smolka?
ourselves. Mr. Smoka. Mr. Smoka. I like that, man. That's a good name. Smoka. You gotta put an unnecessary H on it. Smoka. Oh, now Chrome won't do what I'm asking it to. Here we go. Casey Kennedy was his last fight in May, and he lost.
All right, so they're both coming off of losses.
Yep. Bantamweights, and this is a tough division as well. You know what? But I'm sorry, I don't have more for you. I don't. That's what I have, man.
It's okay, buddy. It could be worse. Like I said, man, I'm just excited for the fact that we have fights again. Like I love the fact
we have fights every week.
Well, no, I'm talking about like on the local circuit too.
That's for sure, man. That's
and there's been there's actually a tournament. I'm trying to get Blake Troop on, and he's doing a tournament.
He's been busy like 2 months ago.
Yeah, he's been busy he actually just got hired on with the United Wrestling Network. And he's one of their main commentators, and he's actually doing a tournament this weekend. I forget the name of it, but it's there. I'm trying to get him on as well, and we haven't heard anything back from other people, so that's always fun.
That means no.
Yeah, usually. But what are you going to do? It's part of the fun of this whole booking process for this. And if you guys want to have anybody on that are watching this, send us an email at brobroplata@gmail.com, and also our lovely social medias for all of that. And yeah, man, this is sort of like my set. I did a set last night, by the way. That went very well. I liked it. I did 15 minutes.
Who books that, man? That looks like a fun place. I might go up there.
It's, Brandon Petrie.
Where is that?
It's in Berea, right past the ironically the IX Center.
Man, that's far. That's far.
Yeah. Even for me, it's like a half hour.
It's an hour and a half at least for me. Actually, probably more. That's far. I'll think about it, man. It looked pretty good. If I knew that was going to happen, I saw the pictures you posted. Looked like a good crowd. If I knew that was the norm, then I would, maybe go up there.
Yeah, it is. They've had always good crowds. Met some really cool people.
All right, I'll ask, man. Maybe I'll go up there one day.
Yeah, we could
we'll go.
We could do a bro comedy show, like an
bro comedy show. All right, buddy, I gotta pee.
All right, buddy. Well, let's just hop off here and end the show. We appreciate the awesomeness that is Eric Posen. You can go to see him.
Love that guy.
He's an amazing guy, one of the nicest guys in Cleveland MMA for sure. And that's one reason why we like him. You can go to 247 Fighting for tickets for his fight going on We didn't ask him if it was going to be streaming either. We didn't.
I don't think it is. I looked it up a lot. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
seem like it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't ask because I've been looking it up because I've been hoping, right?
Yeah, I want them to do. I want MMA organizations to do Facebook like lives, like just live stream your thing.
Well, I mean, if you don't, they have to do a pay per view. If they don't do a pay per view, people won't go, right? Especially now, have to be like all pay per view. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, how would you try to put a fight together now without a lot of crowds? I'm like, you'd have to have a really, really nice production. Production of the stream, right? And then you have to have the stream be pay per view and some sort. I don't know how much you charge for that. 15, 20? I don't know.
15, I would say, because a lot of pro wrestling companies they charge like $12.99, $11. If you're not the big organizations,
right. And how many would you have to sell to even break even, right? So
yeah, I mean, I don't know how
breaking
much.
Even isn't really a loss. I wouldn't think so. Not really like that. Not now, but I don't know. Something I was thinking about, sir.
Well,
right, I got to pee.
Buddy.
So, man, you want to? All right.
Yes, we will clock out right now. At Dig Danko is where you can catch Tim Danko, and at Ray Highclack is where you're
switching us,
at.
Man. I don't know which way to go. You keep switching us.
I know. I want you on this side because you are technically top billing. So I want you to be there because you always deserve top billing.
And I'm better looking. I got to go right now, buddy. I will see you later.
All
Goodbye,
right,
everybody. Thanks for watching. We love you.
Tim Danko, I'm Ray Highclack. Have a good night, guys.
Tuesday, probably with
Sean. Tuesday with Sean Lynch.